Just want to make sure you get my shirt in there.
That makes you get my.
It still fits, Coach. It still fits. But it's been cool. Like all of a sudden, I saw those videos, and I watched a bunch of them online, and like all of a sudden, you get that like those flood of memories. And me and Tutu have talked on the phone a few times, so it's cool. It's like it's all coming back. All right, here we go. The backstory on this. So like when we went into lockdown or whatever, like I just started writing, like not a lot, but every now and then I would have something. I'd be like, all right, I'm just gonna write this down. Having my feelings or whatever. So I wrote this the other day after I talked to Tutu on the phone. So from ages 17 to 19, I played on this travel baseball team with a bunch of people from all over the city, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life, both in a baseball sense and in a personal sense. It was honestly some of just the best times I've ever had. I don't think that I was necessarily as baseball talented as the other players, but I know I was as baseball passionate as them. I lost touch with all of them, frankly. I'm not on any social media, but I recently reconnected with one of my old teammates. His name is Tutu. That's not his real name, but that's what we called him, and that's what he will forever be known to me as. But I reconnected with Tutu, and his grandfather used to help coach, and I found out that his grandfather passed a few years ago. So I just wanted to send him a sympathy letter. And he got the letter and called me, and we've talked on the phone a few times since then. And it's just been really fun to reminisce and get back in touch with each other. So when we first talked, he told me about receiving the letter that I wrote, and that his grandma was trying to figure out who I was. And he told her that, quote, he was the one that was always smiling, right? Like referring to me. And she immediately remembered, that was pretty funny to me. And so the last time we talked, he was telling me that he's in touch with other players, and he mentioned to them that he and I had reconnected, and they had mentioned some other stuff that I forgot about, but they mentioned some other things about me. And it was just so gratifying to hear that like other people remembered things just the same way that I remembered things about them. And so, I always look back on those days as having been like just the best memories. And I always felt fortunate to have been a part of that team and that group of people. I lost touch with those players, so I never really knew if they remembered me. And to be perfectly honest, like I know I wasn't as good a player as them, so I didn't know if I had necessarily earned that right. You know what I mean? It's not like they were going to sit there and be like, Josh had such a good arm, because I didn't. But for me, guys like Tutu and Eddie and Jabari and Marcus and George and Quinton, and I could go on and on, like James Flagg and Warren and just all these different people. Mac, they were such a big part of my story that it was really gratifying and moving, just to know that I'm a part of their story as well. That's my letter that I wrote.
You named some names I forget all about. James Flagg and some of them guys. A lot of
That's because me,
memories.
me and James were the only ones who were the same age. Everybody else was a year older. So me and him played against each other a few times during the high school season as well. That's why I remember him.